What's up you guys, it's Ben and welcome back to my channel where we talk about everything there is relating to selling on Amazon. So in this video, this is the video for all of you viewers out there that are thinking about selling on Amazon. You may have watched a few videos about what it's like selling on Amazon, what you have to do, but you're not really sure whether or not this is the right business for you. Well, in today's video, I will actually give you a review of what it's really like selling on Amazon. Now, I myself have been selling for over 3 years. I've been selling quite well, in excess of over £1 million now. I've actually been able to leave my job and actually have been doing this full time with my girlfriend over the last 2 years. Now, what's interesting is that my opinion of Amazon back in 2018 is very different to what it is now in 2021 because of so many changes. So many things have happened with COVID, with the explosion in e-commerce, that the business model has fundamentally changed, in my opinion, that a lot of people simply don't talk about. Now, I know you may be thinking I'm coming from a biased point of view because I do provide a mentorship support for any new Amazon FBA seller, and of course I have a course to provide as well to you guys who are looking to start selling on Amazon. However, guys, watch the video until the very end because I do have an honest opinion on what it's like selling on Amazon that I really think you will find useful. And with that being said, guys, if you are interested in selling on Amazon, then please don't forget to check the links down below for all of the tools that I use to run my Amazon FBA business, such as Awesome, the most reliable e-commerce accountants out there in the market, Helium 10, the best product research tool out there at the moment, or Tide, the most user-friendly business bank account to start off your Amazon FBA business. And with that being said, guys, let's get straight to the video. Right, so the very first attraction when it comes to selling on Amazon that most people think still exists is that laptop lifestyle. It's basically picking your stuff up and going anywhere on a holiday and effectively running your Amazon FBA business from a laptop effectively in front of the pool. Well, the hard reality and the harsh reality is that that is no longer possible. And the reason for that is because there are so many things now moving and chopping and changing on Amazon, and most importantly, storage costs and limited storage availability, that you will actually have to either have presence at the place and get somebody working for you, or potentially be at the storage yourself. So back in 2018, effectively you could easily send all of the products from China directly into Amazon warehouses. You did not have to see, you did not have to touch the product, whatever. Now, of course, that's not advisable, at least in my opinion, but you could get away with doing so. However, in 2020 and in 2021, because of COVID, because of the surge in e-commerce, Amazon's FBA warehouses got overly stocked up, overly full, so much so that some of the products that sellers kept sending to them did not move as quickly, i.e. they came in and they got stuck there for months and months and months. So therefore, Amazon have introduced a storage limit, and that basically depends on how much and how quickly you sell your products. And if you don't sell your products quick enough, Amazon will simply refuse you to bring in any new products. And that is a big problem, and something that you cannot fix from a laptop in front of a pool. Okay, you actually have to rent out a storage unit. You have to actually receive the items yourself from China, put them away, label them, potentially stick on packaging labels and so on and so forth. So in the very beginning, it used to be a laptop lifestyle back when e-commerce was nowhere near as popular as it is today. However, now these things have changed, and if you do want to make this a success and you do want to make this as a long-term business option for you, then you will actually have to be much more present than you originally may have hoped. Next up, the steep learning curve. Now, what do I mean by that? For anybody that hasn't run a business before, this is going to be a very steep learning curve for you. Matter of fact, myself, I have actually gone to university for 3 years learning business management, but I genuinely believe I learned more about business and negotiation and speaking to suppliers and everything with Amazon and actually selling on Amazon as opposed to my university degree. And that's exactly what you guys are going to find in the very beginning as well. For those of you that don't have any business experience, and before I go any further, I personally didn't have any business experience when I started as well, so you're not alone, okay? But be prepared to learn a lot. Be prepared to potentially be a little bit overwhelmed in the very beginning with so many things that you need to learn, such as product research, speaking to suppliers, Amazon PPC, negotiating, storage, how does the actual business bank accounts work, and so on and so forth, how to calculate profits, revenues, and so on. However, as long as you are persistent, as long as you are consistent in your learning curve, as long as you continue to persevere and just take one step at a time, sooner or later, those sorts of puzzle pieces will start fitting in. They will come together and all of this will make sense. Now, Unfortunate thing as well is that the learning curve never really flattens out. Because Amazon continues to change all the time, I have to continuously learn as well. And the reason why I do that is I believe that the sellers that effectively continue to learn, continue to adapt, continue to change with the Amazon's marketplace, those are the ones that are going to be successful in the long term. What I have found a lot with my previous students is that once they've learned, they feel like they know everything pretty much, nothing changes, and now they can use that knowledge to sell for the next 5 years. But the truth is, what it's like selling on Amazon today is going to be very, very different to what it's going to be like next year, 2 years now, and so on. And that's not to say that the opportunity is going to go away, but it's to say that we have to continue to change and adapt to all the different rules and regulations, all the different just regular changes that come into Amazon, because they continue to develop, innovate as well, and so should we. Next up, there will be problems, okay? That is a blanket statement that I could say to absolutely every single one of you. Now, I don't care if you think you're going to be lucky and you think you actually got everything covered effectively. Every business, okay, and this is a business, is going to have problems, and you have to be mentally, more than anything, mentally and emotionally prepared for that. I personally have now been selling 53 products at the moment, and each and every single one of them have had some sort of issues, whether it's with Amazon and potentially the listing getting blocked, whether it's with a supplier, for example, not sending the products on time or not sending them in good enough quality, or potentially getting a few negative reviews that can really ruin your ranking and so on. These sorts of stresses, doubts, problems, worries happen all the time, okay? This is something that will impact your profits and will impact your revenues, but this is just the name of the game effectively, and this is exactly what it's like being a business owner, and you guys have to be prepared for it. Now, before you actually start selling on Amazon, you may be thinking, well, it's pretty easy, I guess. It's, everyone has problems and stuff, we just overcome and so. However, guys, it's much, much easier said than done. And when you actually have one of your best selling products, i.e. making you 150 pounds of profit each and every single day, all of a sudden get suspended for something that is not even your fault, taking your emotions out of it is much, much harder said than done. Okay, I have been in that case. I have had one of my best selling products not sell for 3 weeks because a potential competitor just decided to do various shady tactics to try and get me out of the market, that I had to, take time and actually fight back. And with Amazon, everything takes time. Nothing can be done rapidly, nothing can be done quickly, which is why these problems can be consistent, persistent, and they can take quite some time to resolve. However, on the positive side, guys, majority of these problems, and in my opinion 95-97% of these problems actually do get fixed in the end. So continue to persevere and you will see the light of the tunnel in the end. Next up, this is not a get rich quick scheme, okay? This is not something that you will hear about trading or Bitcoin or investing in certain cryptocurrencies or whatever, and you can double, triple your money in the next couple of days, if weeks or months or whatever. This is a long-term business, okay? Especially if you are actually starting on a relatively lower budget, i.e. £5,000 or less. Because think about it, guys, you need £5,000, you invest into the product, it will take time for that product to come into UK, then for that product to sell out, then get the profit, then reinvest and kind of start compounding those profits. Just to put it into perspective, I started back in 2018 in June with £1,200. In the first year, I only made £7,000 of profit and I didn't take a single penny of it. Next year, I made £77,000 or £75,000 in profit. Again, I didn't take a single penny. So for a year and a half, I was simply working on Amazon for free, literally reinvesting each and every single penny, each and every single bit of profit that I could make into brand new products. And only last year in August did I started taking salaries. And even so, after selling for 2.5 years, 3 years, and selling in well in excess of £1 million in sales, I am still taking a very, very modest salary because I want to continue to develop the business, continue to grow it that much quicker. So if you're looking to double, triple, quadruple your money in the next couple of weeks or so, then Amazon is definitely not going to be right for you. This is for people that want to make this a long-term business, a long-term viable business that who knows, maybe one day you will actually even be able to sell for a big amount, and then you can hopefully maybe retire or look into something else. But it's really, really important for you guys to have your expectations managed here very well, because a lot of my students in the very beginning think they can double their money in the next month or so. And the truth of the matter of fact is, in most cases, that is simply not the case. Now, I might have been quite negative about Amazon over this video, but because that is the truth, to be honest. Running an Amazon FBA business is difficult. It is challenging. You have so many things running against you, with competitors, with Amazon themselves being absolutely useless in trying to help you, because their main focus is their customers, then it's their business, and only then it's their sellers. However, guys, the truth is it's all worth it in the end. Like I said before, I was able to actually leave my 9 to 5 and actually do this full time. I now get to wake up whenever I want to wake up. I now get to start work whenever I get to start work. I get to leave whenever I want to leave. And if I have a family emergency, which is what I've been dealing with over the last week or so, I don't have to ask for permission to take time off. I don't have to speak to my boss whether or not it's allowed for me to take time off to actually look after my loved one in the hospital. I can simply just turn off my laptop and go, okay? And then I can potentially work later if I want to, or not necessarily. So this is really, really important. And it also is really useful as well, because if I want to go on holiday, I don't have to ask for time off. I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to be stuck in a long commute anymore that I used to. Back when I was working for somebody else in the city, I was literally leaving my home at 6 and coming back home at 7, okay, for a very, very small salary. However, that just motivated me to actually look for something new, look for something different, look for something that I can actually work on my own without getting told what to do or how good or bad I am, and actually having my own future in my own hands, as opposed to working hard and literally praying to get a salary raise for a couple of grand every single year. That's pretty much it for today's video, guys. I really, really hope you found it useful, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.